This is the news at 6. I'm Zenas.
And I'm Bernadette. Our main headlines. High Court sentences 2 men to death by hanging over the killing of the 4 Takoradi girls.
7 students die in Bolivia after a railing collapse, creating unprecedented fear and panic on campus.
Independence Day, like never before, Ghana celebrated her 64th birthday in a different style due to the pandemic.
Hello and welcome to the news at 6. If you are watching here in US or beyond, and stay with us for all the latest news and development. To our first story now. The Secondary High Court has sentenced 2 suspects to death by hanging after a 7-member jury found them guilty on 8 counts of murder of the 3 Takoradi girls, Ruth Abeka, Priscilla Blessing, Ruth Love Quason, and Priscilla Mantiaba. The girls went missing between July and December 2018 in the Secondary Takoradi metropolis.
Now, efforts to find the girls after the kidnapping proved futile. According to the police, William confessed to have been involved in the kidnapping of the girls and named John as his accomplice. Wells confessed to being part of the kidnapping syndicate that took the girls, but he took the police on a wild goose chase, which even led the police visiting Nigeria. But all these efforts did not help in finding the girls.
There were mixed emotions among family members of the victim, as others were happy with the ruling. Other family members, however, were in denial about the death of their girls and said that the remains that were found in the septic tank could not be that of the girls. Now, the 2 men will swell the number of prisoners on death to 162.
Now, a video footage has captured the tragic moment when students on the 4th floor balcony of a university in Bolivia plummeted to their death after the railing gave way. 7 students were killed and 5 others injured at the public University of El Alto, second largest city in Bolivia. The incident occurred as dozen students climbed onto a balcony to enter a lecture hall for an assembly on Tuesday.
The disturbing video footage captured by a bystander moments before the student fell shows them jostling while leaning against the railing, which collapsed due to the pressure of the crowd. A number of them then went crashing down into the concrete floor, while a few pulled up by those still on the balcony. The cause of death was identified as multiple defenestration, according to the Bolivian police chief colonel. An investigation has been ordered into the incident. The students were aged between 20 and 27. Now, a warning that this report contains distressing images. Viewers' discretion is advised. Now, if you are watching us, we want you to be careful of how we use railings. As you saw in the video, the students crashed. It was such a sad story.
Those sitting on the rails or leaning against, this should be a caution to you.
So be careful when you're sitting on the rails.
Exactly. Now, to other stories, schools in Dakar, Senegal will shut until 15th of March this year, the Education Ministry said on Sunday, after days of violent protests that have paralyzed parts of the capital, Dakar, and are expected to continue next week. At least 5 people have died in demonstrations sparked by the arrest on Wednesday of Ousmane Sonko, Senegal's most prominent opposition leader. It is the worst political unrest in years in the country, widely seen as one of West Africa's most stable. Sonko was arrested after an employee of a beauty salon accused him of raping her. Sonko denies the allegation and says it is politically motivated.
Opponents of the president, Macky Sall, have further called for protest on Monday. The Education Ministry recommends that parents keep a close eye on their children and keep them from the risks that come from the protest. Now, much of Dakar has been turned into a war zone last week as police clashed with thousands of angry protesters. Many shops, gas stations, and banks were closed for days. Large queues formed for petrol and groceries on Sunday, during what is expected to be a brief respite in unrest. Political pressure has mounted on President Sall, whose presidency has been plagued by accusations that he unjustly overthrew political rivals and worries that he may seek to extend his rules beyond his allotted two-term limit.
The Adantia community, a town within the Sunyani West Municipal Assembly of Bono region, seems to have a social threat of high teenage pregnancies of late. The queen mother of Adantia traditional area, who was visibly disturbed by this trend, says the incidence of pragia in this community has been the bane of this rise in the teenage pregnancies. According to the queen mother, it has been a major social threat to schoolgirls in her community.
The Queen Mother further stated that the schoolgirls who are supposed to be in school are now mothers because of the pragia riders. To the Queen, the pragia riders entice those innocent schoolgirls with money and consumable items such as indomie and fried rice. Mr. Emmanuel Santi, who is the chairman of the Pragia Association of Ghana, describes the allegation as mere accusation without any proof of evidence. Mr. Emmanuel Santi said that though most riders stay outside Adantia, members of the association have a bylaw that bars them from working after 10 p.m. in the evening.
To the chairman, the community has to look beyond pragia drivers, as there are other workers and people who might have contributed to the increase in teenage pregnancies in the Adantia community.
Now, over the years, Ghana usually celebrates her Independence Day in grand style at the Independence Square. However, this year, due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the 64th celebration was held at the forecourt of the Jubilee House. It was a scaled-back event which lasted for about an hour.
The president lit the perpetual flame. There was no cadet display from students or the army, police, or navy. The COVID-19 protocols were duly observed. As today marks International Women's Day celebration on the theme Choose to Challenge, there is a special message from the Women Commissioners of SRC and local nooks for us all. Don't miss it.
Now back to the story on the Adantia girls. For the Queen Mother to blame it solely on the pragia riders, I don't agree with her, because there are many issues that can cause it, not just...
I also agree to the chairman that it's just a mere accusation without no proof or fact.
Because using fried rice too,
But it could be a factor, as they are being persuaded to just be taking the consumables in order to be stupid. But
agreed.
I don't also agree to it. Probably there may be other things
underlying causes such as poverty and other stuff. But then fried rice and indomie, oh come on.
But it's possible, depending on the socioeconomic state of the communities, of the family, and all that. It's possible.
Well, that is it from us. We'll see you back here on Wednesday. Bye bye.